Hi everybody, my name is Leah Osenga, and I am here today to inform you guys all about the medical components associated with marijuana as well as the medical benefits. More than half of the United States and the District of Columbia have legalized medical marijuana in some form, and more are considering bills to do the same. Yet, while many people are using marijuana, the FDA has only approved it for treatments of two rare and severe forms of epilepsy, Dravet syndrome and Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. According to the WebMD article, Medical Marijuana FAQ, medical marijuana uses the marijuana plant or chemicals in it to treat diseases or conditions. It's basically the same product as recreational marijuana, but it's taken for medical purposes. The marijuana plant contains more than 100 different chemicals called cannabinoids. Cannabinoids, which is the active chemical in marijuana, is similar to chemicals the body makes that are involved in appetite, memory, movement, and pain. Each one has a different effect on the body. THC and CBD are the main chemicals used in medicine. THC also produces the high people feel when they smoke marijuana or eat foods containing it. Now that you know a little bit more about what medical marijuana is, I want to discuss the benefits as well as the pros associated with the use of medical marijuana. To start, I'd like to talk about some of the medical benefits that are associated with the use of marijuana. According to my source, Medical News Today, marijuana may be of benefit in the treatment of some extreme health conditions such as chronic pain, depression, cancer, multiple sclerosis, and epilepsy. Chronic pain is a leading cause of disability affecting more than 25 million adults in the United States. It has been found that marijuana or products containing cannabinoids are effective at relieving chronic pain. The review that was published in Clinical Psychology investigated the use of marijuana to treat symptoms of mental illnesses. Its authors found some evidence supporting the use of marijuana to relieve depression and post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms. With that being said, they do caution using marijuana for other mental illnesses such as bipolar disorder and psychosis. Evidence also suggests that cannabinoids that can be taken by mouth have been effective against nausea and vomiting associated with the chemotherapy that one has to take when they are diagnosed with cancer. Like I mentioned briefly at the beginning of my speech, in June 2018, the FDA approved the use of a medication containing cannabidiol, CBD, to treat two rare and specific types of epilepsy called Lennox-Gastaut syndrome and Dravet syndrome. According to Medical News Today, a study that was published in 2017 found that the use of CBD resulted in far fewer seizures among children with Dravet syndrome. In the study, 120 children and teenagers, all of whom were aged between 2 and 18, were randomly assigned to receive an oral CBD solution or a placebo for 14 weeks along with their usual medications. The researchers found that the children who received the CBD solution went from having around 12 seizures per month to an average of 6 seizures per month. 3 children receiving the CBD did not experience any seizures at all. Now that you understand more about the health benefits associated with medical marijuana, I want to end this speech by answering a question. Is marijuana good or bad for your health? As I cannot answer that to my best ability, according to Medical News Today, marijuana classed as a Schedule I controlled substance. Schedule I controlled substance means that marijuana is a drug with currently no accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse. Schedule I drugs are the most dangerous drugs of all the drugs scheduled because of the psychological dependence. After giving you all of that information, The one thing that I want you to take out of this whole speech is that marijuana is not always harmful, but could actually be extremely helpful in a lot of extreme health cases. After this brief overview of marijuana's medical properties, uses, and the benefits and risks of its use, you should have a better understanding of what the term medical marijuana is really referring to, and the significance of it when it comes to treating diseases and managing the many different symptoms that comes with those diseases. I hope you learned a lot from this speech, and that the next time you hear people talking about how horrible marijuana is, that you ask yourself how horrible the utilization of a naturally occurring plant can really be. Thank you for listening.